Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sir of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And today is another episode of SquadGoals. This episode will be our season finale. It's been a long time coming, but goddamn it, we tired. We need a break. You know what I'm saying? Even Desperate Housewives got to take a little bit of a time off. Had Love and Hip Hop, Power, shit, and Power take 2 breaks, I think. So shit, I feel like we deserve one. But we got goddamn the whole family in here. Look, we got Controversial Chronicles. We got Jared, aka Life the Poet, in the building. We got Adolescent Adults in the building. We got Black on Black Rhyme in the building. And we got everybody. We got everybody. Goddamn it, everybody here. It's a family reunion. Family affair. So that being said, today's episode is going to be a controversial topic. So if you are easily offended, I suggest we holler at you in 2021. Because tonight ain't going to be your episode. Tonight we are discussing abstinence. Is it feasible? Is it realistic to want to remain abstinent until marriage nowadays? Now, I'm going to go first because this was a topic that was actually brought to me in a general conversation between myself and a few of my boys. And I'm going to be honest with you. I can't do it. I don't see it being a thing, bro. With what I expect sexually, I just can't go blind into a marriage with just your word that you're good at what you say you are. You know what I'm saying? I feel like conversation only goes so far. You know what I'm saying? Because you can lie and hype your head game up, but then we get down to the nitty gritty and you using teeth. You know what I'm saying? Not knocking everybody who use teeth. But that just ain't me, not my kink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
shout out to
I feel like sandpaper. You got problems.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound like sloppy tip. That's what that is. Just slap it all together. It's a wrap.
It's shark tip. That's what it is. It's gonna turn your shit into a Sharpie when you through. Remember the old pencil sharpeners you had to stick your shit in and they go round and round. That's what yeah. But I just wanted to offer it to y'all, man. Typically I start with my ladies, but this time I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna start with my guys. And I'm going to start with my brother from another mother, one of my podcast cousins, Mr. Sir Rude himself. Bro, tell me, what are your thoughts?
All right. Well, first of all, I appreciate y'all having the boy on here. I'm going to be real with you. I think that if you've had sex before, there is no point in you being abstinent. Now, if you ain't never had no sex and you want to be abstinent for whatever reason, go for it. But all I know is I can't walk into a car dealership and buy a car and I ain't never test drove that bit. Point blank, period. And just to be real, it's like, what purpose does it serve? Because if I wait until we have sex and your sex is trash, or I find out that I'm very good at this, I'm going to want to do it with somebody else. So now we got to either get a divorce, or I need another girl, or so we got to do something. Like, why take yourself through all of that? Y'all, we sin every damn day. Go ahead, smash once and be like, okay, cool, we can do this. And then maybe hold out if you want to. But you got to test drive the car, fam.
Hey, cuz, I told y'all what it is. Get in where you fit in. Y'all go on.
Well, I was gonna say less on the I need to test drive side, more on the are you mature enough side, because I feel like that with sex comes emotional maturity and emotional development that you don't get prior to having sex. Like, how do you know what a good sex partner is if you've never had sex before? Like, that discernment that comes from having sex, you don't have that sense of discernment when you're a virgin. You'll just have sex with anybody that says they love you or anybody that shows you attention. It takes time for you to realize, like, oh, this dude's literally only paying me attention because he want to have sex, not because there's a deeper connection, or, oh, this nigga dick is small. Like, damn, it really is different sizes out here. Let me skip over this motherfucker and go to his friend because that nigga packing like gray sweatpants. And like, but you have to learn that though by having sex. Like, and I don't really see. Okay, I'm not gonna. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. I feel like if you're 21 plus and you're holding out for marriage, good luck, because without that sense of discernment, 99.9% of the time, the first person you have sex with is going to be the wrong person. And you're going to end up divorced.
So, okay, I know everyone's kind of chiming in, but like, what, I guess, why would you wait until marriage? What would be the point other than the Christian Bible said to wait until marriage? Like, what would be the point in abstinence anyway?
To avoid
Now I would say the wait would be because of what you see on the internet. You know, you see all these people running through each other and stuff like that. A lot of people might want to hold out because they don't want to get dead dirty, you know, but I don't know.
I'm not saying you got to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could still be able to choose who you sleep with, but like, it's a point of, I feel like everybody's grown. And like you said, unless everybody, like if that person is like a virgin and they're like really set on not having sex until they're married, you know, respect that and move on. If that's what you can do, you know, then, you know, more power to you. Like you said, Jeremy, that's not me. But if you can be able to say, hey, okay, like, I'm not saying go down with the homies and everything like that. Like, I'm not, but just, you know, you still be mindful of it. I think everybody thinks of it sometimes like that older generation thinks of it as black and white, where it's either you're abstinent or you're a hoe. And there's a lot of gray area in there. You know what I'm saying? There's so 50 shades of gray. So as far as that's concerned, man, like, I feel like, you know, just kind of getting rid of that whole stigmatism of you either being a saint or a sinner. I mean, there's room in there.
I agree with that.
Well, I mean,
I just want to address the question that was asked of why be abstinent. Let me first just say, I have respect for anyone who chooses to live that lifestyle. It's not one that I would choose. However, I can see both sides of it. I think to answer the question as to why someone would want to be celibate, I think the first reason that comes to my mind would be a religious reason, and maybe certain religious teachings that have been taught to that individual. It could also be a personal decision. I have had friends that, although they were not virgins, they started to realize a pattern in their dating life. And so they chose to remain abstinent. And they did so for quite some time because they just felt that at some point the focus wasn't on, hey, do I actually like this person? Like, what do I think about you, your character, your integrity? It was so less focused and focused on passion. And passion is essential to a relationship, but you can't thrive in a relationship strictly based on passion. So I agree with the last point that the gentleman made about having a healthy balance. And I think some people don't understand that there's a gray area if you do choose to have sex before you're married. And I think with that, each individual has to determine what does a healthy sex life look like for me, because that may be different for me, that may be different for you. And then I think another question that you need to ask yourself, if you're choosing to abstain, okay, what am I really trying to prove to myself? And then if you do choose to have sex, you need to ask yourself, why am I having sex? So, because there's different layers to sexual intimacy. So those are my thoughts on the first part of our conversation.
I was going to ask you, was the person who decided to take a pause for him, were they virgins prior to, or
No, they weren't. Neither one of them were virgins.
Okay.
They just, definitely not virgins. They just started seeing certain patterns within their dating life, and they just chose to just.
Wouldn't that be celibacy? Because I feel like abstain never done.
So, right. So yeah, that's very true. Just to specify, like, that was just them abstaining from sex, but not being abstinent from marriage. So let me just go back and clarify that. So thank you for asking that.
I mean, for our purposes of our conversation, celibacy and abstinence is practically, like, I know they're different by definition, but for our purposes, we basically treating them the same, ain't it?
Okay.
They are the same. There's no difference to it. It's
Well,
either you having sex or you're not having sex.
Well, I was gonna say, I feel like there is a difference only because most people that talk about abstinence are talking about virgins versus celibacy, where you might have pieces of that emotional development that I was talking about that you got from having sex, but you still might need to take a pause in order to do soul searching or some energy clearing or whatever it may be that you need to do in order to get back to the space where you want to have sex. But most people that are abstinent are not even in the space of like ever doing sex. They don't have a lot of experience. They're just not experienced in general.
But to be fair, according to the internet and Google knows all, abstinence and celibacy are the same. It has nothing to do with whether you're a virgin. It's simply just abstaining from sex.
Thank you for that.
But you want to know one thing about abstinence? Like, what I think about people with abstinence is it's like once you really know what soul ties are, because that's the quickest way to get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know what a soul tie is, without even having sex, you're gonna be like, no, because see, as an emotional person, that there that, you know what I'm saying? If you are really emotional, that's gonna be a red flag within itself. That's gonna be the last thing you think about. The last thing you think about is sex. Like, it would take a strong emotional connection for you to have sex. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like with celibacy, like, people decide to be celibate because they've had that soul tie. They know exactly what it feels like, and they don't want to deal with it. That's something that you just don't want to deal with, because once you create that soul tie and you guys are not married and everything is toxic, and you know what I'm saying, it's a lot to deal with, because it makes, you know what I'm saying, like, sex makes folks crazy. It really do. It makes folks crazy. Like, I'm talking about on some, I'm gonna come slash your tires and bust the windows out your car type crazy. And it's just like,
y'all seen that lady that blew up that Jeep, or tried to set that Jeep on fire and blew herself up?
That shit was hilarious.
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the reason why people decide to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not so much of, I can't do it because I can't live without sex. It's, I don't want to deal with what comes with it after we have sex. The sex ain't got nothing to do with it.
The repercussions.
Right. And just to take it back, I think that's the point. Not that it wasn't a situation where it was making them crazy or anything like that, but they were seeing patterns of, again, the after effects of it. And I think a lot of times when we enter into a physical act, which is sex, people forget about the emotional ramifications of it. And the two really are intertwined. Even if, you try to separate it as much as you want, it still has some sort of effect.
But all in all that being said, everything that we have said so far makes it sound like it is much better to have sex before waiting to get to marriage, because how would you know any of this? You're not.
That's said the man.
I mean, no, I agree with it. I don't think a man or a female thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm very balanced. I have just as much masculinity as I do femininity, so maybe that's why I feel the way that I just have noticed from sitting around other women who choose to be abstinent based off of the definition that I grew up on, which would be like a virgin, even though we've just clarified. But the women that I found that tend to be virgins are very emotionally unstable, almost as emotionally unstable as the chick who's fucking a dude that she don't need to be fucking. Like, to the point where she's all up in arms because a dude didn't text her right back. Oh, he must be talking to somebody else. He might be having sex with someone else. Oh my, and it's like, well, like, your issues might be a lot deeper than sex, one. And two, like there's just a level of maturity that is missing there. Like the conversation stops at a certain point. And I feel like I tend to notice that it's very hard for people to connect with virgins, to connect with people who aren't virgins, because the maturity level of the conversation stops at a certain point. Like everything is based off of when we get married. And it's just like, I don't even know if I'm there with you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get there first. You're already like trying to move me to marriage so we can have sex. Like I just went to a wedding this past weekend where the bride and the groom got engaged in July and were married by October. Hold on. This is not even the kicker.
Were they Black?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. The kicker was that this is what I'm talking about, that virgin, like they be a little crazy sometimes, sweet as pie. But she announces to the whole entire wedding party and guests that she saved her whole entire virginity for him. She's been waiting for this moment her whole life, and she is ready to give it up. And I was just sitting there like, bitch, did she really just say that? Like in front of aunties and grannies and like
and the Lord,
the babies, like
they were probably like, good job, girl. We so proud of you. You bend it over for them, girl. Bend it over.
Well, I think one thing that needs to be addressed is, unfortunately for women, there's a lot of value placed on virginity, and that being tied to your value as a woman, as a wife. And I'm not saying everyone, let me just clarify that, but I think just to go back to this wedding that you attended and why she was so proud of that. And so my question to her is, so let's just say you weren't a virgin. Does that make you less worthy of a loving, healthy relationship? Like, you know, it doesn't mean any of that. And so I think just oftentimes in religious practices, and I'm not anti-religion by any means, but I just think that there's so much value placed, and it can leave certain people with shame when they do choose to have sex, even with their husband. And I just think that's unhealthy, especially going into a new marriage.
Men don't want a virgin; they just don't want a hoe. There's a difference between the two. Like I said, it's that whole black and white thing. Like we understand that you're gonna have a life before us, but like it's just that we don't want you to be like we don't want you to belong to the streets for the most part. We just want you to be able to really be able to, you know, okay, like she had this boyfriend in high school, you know, she got with this guy here, you know what I mean? Just like y'all women don't want us to be man hoes, and then after that you'd be like, oh, okay, well, he got with, you know, this girl here, that girl there. It's just, you know, a moderation. So I don't want you to think that, you know, we look for virgins, because then, like you said, you got to deal with that crazy, and you don't know what that crazy looks like, you know, as far as that's concerned. Like personal example, like I dated somebody who was a virgin. She was like 28, 27. And that was a box of crazy I wasn't ready for. So like it's one of those things where like you said, it's a moderation. It's just a finding the middle happy ground.
I think, man, you just.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I think people just really want to know if we can match up or not. You know, not so much as even being a hoe or being a virgin. Like some people have ceilings sexually. Like, and it's 2 or 3 reasons people get divorced and stuff like that. It's money and it's sex. You know what I mean? That's up there in the top 5. So, you know, a lot of people want to have sex before marriage because they want to know how low your ceiling is. You know, me personally, I have a high sex drive. I'm into trying all this kind of new stuff. You know, I'm into trying all these new things. So if I wait to marry you only to find out, you know, hitting it from the back is extravagant for you, we have a problem. like so just like bro said, you know, you got to test drive it before you pull it off the lot. And that's only because if I wait, you know, oh man, you know, after we get married, baby, it's on. And after we get married, you're like, you know, I ain't signed up for all that. You know, that a lot of people want to go ahead and make sure we even compatible in that aspect. Like, cause emotionally, mentally, you know, all of that, it'll be there because without sex, we spent all this time getting to know each other, the ins and outs, you know, all our flaws and this and that. But once it comes to the peak of it, which is that intimacy, and that's putting all of our energy, all this love we done accumulated, putting that together, becoming one in that moment in soul time, like we've been talking about. And you turn around and say, "Oh yeah, I don't get no head." I can't dig that. You can't tell. I'm not finna be and waited to put a ring on you and say, you know, you tell me, "Oh, I want to wait to marriage." I want to wait to marriage, and you just weak. I couldn't handle it.
Got to stop on the knob, huh?
You got to 2-hand twist combination. I got to have that. I can't wait. You know, oh, we've been together 5 years. We gonna wait to marriage, only to find out you a dud. You know, we got a match. We got a milk dud straight out the yellow box. Look,
okay.
We got a match. I gotta know that we match first before we can even talk about 10, 15 years of marriage, because I gotta know that I'm gonna stay satisfied. Things are gonna stay fresh because we're gonna keep trying new things. You know what I mean?
Right,
so,
right.
I as far as abstinence, I couldn't do it because I have to know if we both gonna keep growing sexually together and that you gonna match me. Celibacy, you know, that's cool. You know, I like what Kay said about that. Celibacy, that's cool, unless you trying to be celibate with somebody you already had sex with. That's one thing that you've had sex before, you know, and then, you know, you get with me and decide, hey, you know, I want to be celibate, whatever. I ain't never had none of it, so I can't get mad at you for not wanting to give it to me because you said, all right, I'm going to be celibate. I've never had none of it, so I can't get mad at you. But if you done gave it to me and then you say, hey, you know what, Jared, you know, I know we had sex before, but I just want to wait.
Just throw the whole girl away, okay?
Nigga,
you feel me?
Oh, let me tell y'all this real quick.
You done already put it in my hand.
Let me tell you. I want to tell y'all this one quick story. And okay, so this is embarrassing, but
But you finna tell it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I've already drank some. So that whole situation that you just described happened to me, and it was with my son's mom. I'm like, we done had a whole effing kid together, and we was like, then we wanted to try
It's too late to turn back now.
Nope, sir. Now well, fuck it. I'm gonna tell the whole rush too. So then afterwards, it was just like, oh well, we're gonna wait until we got married, and then we got married, and then it didn't really work out anyway. So we waited for no reason. So the shit was all fucked up.
That's my point. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait for nothing.
Man, that's a part of, I think, with celibacy that I don't like, because I feel like it's like, if you've had sex, if we've had sex, like it's a form of sometimes manipulation. Like women try to be able to hold on to, like, oh, well, I'm gonna make him wait, or I'm gonna make him do this. But you know, y'all expect us to pay for dinners right away. Y'all expect us to do all these, you know, husbandly things already, but y'all not ready to do that part of it. So I feel like Jared was saying was first, like, your freak got to match my freak so that we know what we're on. But we also have to be honest with ourselves about how freaky we are. And then also we got to be honest with ourselves about, like, we both living in sin. So don't act like, you know, what you're doing is any better than what we're doing right now. So
right. So I feel compelled to put this disclaimer out here before I say this. If there's anybody that's a member of my family or anybody that's close to me that don't want to hear this, you might want to go ahead and click off now. That's your warning. That's it. Okay, so back to the message. I just want y'all to stop thinking that it's just females that be holding out, because I done dated dudes that have held out on me, and I'm looking like, bruh, what you got going on? I like you, but I don't like you that much, just not to figure out what you got going on. We done dated for over 6 months. I still ain't had none.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you like. I don't know what size you is. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't touched me for real. Like, I'm just saying, 6 months. I can't. I be trying to do the little I can't even do that.
She do have a. I definitely have been with a dude before who just all of a sudden stopped having sex, but then also.
Yes.
So that was that.
I feel like guys who do that, I feel like they got somebody else, or they just no longer interested in you.
I feel that too.
I mean, I feel like that's what it is. Like for me, I'm like the guys. I mean, I'm always getting put in the categories of having a man mind because I don't like to waste my time. I don't like if I need to have sex and I need to know what you are. I need to know your size, what you like, what you don't like, and what you finna put it down with your tongue. Like I got to know. And if it ain't right, I'm one of those people that'll laugh at your ass. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I'm ruthless. Okay, I don't have my time because I don't get a box to everybody. So if I'm gonna get my box up, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be coming with it.
Period.
Literally, pun intended.
And people always, guys get, they try to get biggity after they have sex with you, sir. Wait a minute. You only lasted 20 minutes. Not even that.
20?
Maybe 5.
Okay. Sound about the mild part.
Bring it down a little bit. And see, that's the ego thing for guys.
He was excited. It was the hot dog in the hallway. Like, you put a hot dog in the microwave on 30 seconds and watch what happened.
No. And then this is the thing. This the thing, y'all. What they say? Oh, that's just the free thing. That's how I had to do that to get it out. What?
Bruh.
Let's throw the whole dude away, okay? So I'm one of those people. I don't waste time. Like for me, I done had I had my fun in college. So if I'm, we doing the dude now, it's like, okay, you fucking auditioning right at this point.
Okay, I gotta be satisfied.
to who gonna be the last dude and paying my husband do what
you gotta write your name in there.
But I mean, it's just
paint some walls, bro.
So for me, it eventually stopped being about sex. It was like, okay, you need to put my mind because that's gonna heighten our sex sense. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna be, because when you fucking somebody and they can mentally talk to you and they mentally fucking with your mind, like that shit is, you gonna already be on the clouds. We already up there. You might as well just keep soaring. So, but that's all I just want you to know that a girl feels just like y'all guys. Like,
thank you.
Hey, real talk, I gotta jump in right here.
Jump in. Jump back.
It's plenty of women who brag about their box. And that shit is trash.
They're not ready for that
Don't do it to them.
Bruh.
Don't do it.
It's plenty of times I done had sex with women who like, we gotta fuck doggy style. That's the only way I like it because I'm gonna throw it back and they rhythm is terrible.
Do y'all hear the music and when you doing it though? Like when you hitting it from the back, because I hear the music, I hear like the beat, the 2 and the 4, because white folks on 1 and 3.
You gotta meet.
So I be like hearing it 2, 4, I be like,
look.
Oh, he on the wrong beat.
Listen. If I got to grab your hips to do what we got to do, it's trash. Your rhythm's off. You need to go do some hula hoop practice or something. It's plenty. I like to put my hands behind my back and see you work a little bit.
That means y'all ain't compatible.
Get the moving.
Right.
You feel me? If I throw it back and you ain't holding on tight enough. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Jared was talking about. He said y'all ain't compatible.
You need to be looking back at it. You need to be over your shoulder, looking back at it and me. Back and forth in order. Look, that's a whole nother chapter. We'll get to that in a minute. Arch game is advanced level shit. But I'm just saying, like, on some real shit, I know we talk about niggas who hype up shit too much. I've ran into plenty of women who say, for instance, I think the term that I learned through the Safe Word podcast, shout out to the Safe Word, is called oral fixation. I have a fetish for giving oral. And so if you tell me you can take it and you not a runner, don't fucking run when I tell you I'm about to do my shit, because then I'm turned off. If you can't take it, if you over here nutting real quick and all I did was write my first name,
and not even in cursive. Not even in cursive.
Why?
Not even in cursive, bro.
Why? They can't handle that.
They're not even ready for the ice or the peppermint. Let's not go about the ice or the peppermint, though.
Oh, the dreams.
Bruh.
I think I know we're going to be doing that.
Bruh. It's equally bad on both sides.
Speak for yourself. I'm celibate.
Mm-hmm.
Get off.
But in all seriousness,
I just said all kind of bitches.
Everybody just, sometimes you just into different stuff. Some chicks like to get choked, some don't. Some like to have pulled, some don't. So if I gotta wait, until we married only to find out you don't like if I grab that head, we got a problem.
Yeah. She might not know though. She might not know what she like. You gotta go ahead and test that, break her in. You say you gonna drive off the light. You gotta break her in.
That's cool. But what if during the test drive the thing break down on? That means she ain't with that.
That's a carburetor. That's a carburetor.
As soon as you drive off the light,
what I'm gonna do?
You supposed to be driving the automatic and the stick just start jerking. Just don't know what to do.
You think you got a Tesla, but you got a Toyota.
But I will say this: there are people.
You could get a discount though. Just saying.
Discount, but I will say this: a lot of us are in a safe group, and I'm just going to expose this a little bit right here. And one of the brothers there admitted that he was in a marriage where he's just not finding out that his wife does not like giving oral. And he was asking the guys, what should he do? You know what I'm saying? Does he say something? Does he keep it to himself? And
wait, pause, Jeremy. How long have they been married?
I think did he say? The brothers who were in the group, y'all know what I'm talking about, because I think y'all.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think it was like 5 years. Like brother had been trying to like work it out. Like he said, like, listen, I've been it was a plea, bro. Like it was like, listen, like I don't know what to do. He's like, I don't want to cheat. He's like, my wife's sex drive is not there. She don't like giving head. She don't like doing this. He's like, but you know,
and she's even trying though.
She that's the thing though. She like it was no. Like the way that it was described, so
she takes and not gives.
No, she doesn't really even. She's not even into it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
she just laid it like Sealy.
Ooh, I hate dead fish. Dead fish lays are the worst.
Yeah,
over here looking like Patrick and shit.
My bad, Jeremy. I took this on a whole nother way. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to ask you so I could wrap my head around the story.
It was a conversation where he was just like, I just don't know what to do. He's like, he was asking, you know, what he should do, like options, and like folks was trying to talk to her about what he needed to do, how he needed to talk to her, maybe what needs to be said, you know, but it's a lot of those kind of situations. I think people's freak don't match the other person's freak. And that's the thing. Like, you should stop trying to get like the good, like church girl that's like a holier than thou, and just get the girl that you just like, that just is your level. You know what I'm saying?
But they say the church girl is the biggest freak though. I just want to say
that. There's some of them that are.
They say that. I just said what they said.
There's some of them that are.
Church men.
But then there's
definitely.
There's some that are just like, I was watching a podcast and they talked about like different positions, and they were talking about how there's certain people that only do missionary positions because that's the only Christian position to do.
What?
So
I didn't know those existed.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's called missionary position. Because every other position is like dogs, like everything like that. Like they're supposedly not, you know, good positions. Like they're not Christian or holy positions.
They should have talked about, but to the post though, like I said in the comments on that post, that's something they should have talked about before they got married. Like if she wasn't giving them no head before they got married, he shouldn't have expected it after they got married. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why, you know, don't introduce the energy you can't maintain. Like if she was giving them head before they got married, and then all of a sudden after they got married, she was like,
"We're gonna get you right after Jessica."
Do that no more. We gotta. No, wait. No. You feel me? First she was slobbing on the knob. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't start something and then just stop it. That's like going celibate on somebody. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't planning on giving the man no head, you shouldn't have married him, because you knew that's what he was on.
That was one of his
like me and my wife. Look, that I got to have that. You feel me? I got to have that. So
we know.
if that ain't the type of time she was on, she would have knew off the bat that she wasn't for me. You feel me? So look, I got that. Hey, I got to have that. You feel me? So look, so she already know off the gate, you know, what I'm looking for, what my requirement was. So I let that be known already. So if that's not something she was willing to fulfill before I married her, we could have deaded that whole issue, because that's not something I want to go without in a relationship. And so
Right.
bro don't want to go without that in his marriage, because me personally, that's one of my love languages. That's one of the ways that I feel appreciated and whatever. So so if she wasn't doing it beforehand, bro just tripped. But if she was, they need to go to therapy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was going to be my next question, was whether or not she was doing it before they got married, or if something shifted in the marriage and she wasn't doing it. And so I think, like, okay, so we're joking and this is funny, but this all goes back to something else that was said at the beginning of the conversation about sexual maturity, because the reality is like that can happen within a marriage. So I don't know if anybody heard me, but at one point I asked if she was asexual or if she had become asexual. So yeah, I agree with what Jared was saying. Like, you may need to go talk to a therapist about it and see if they can navigate through that. But these are real things that can happen within a marriage. So you can start off on one page sexually and then veer off. It's not impossible to find your way back, but it just all comes down to, are these two people willing to do the work to do that?
So I have a question. Me being a celibate woman as I am, I have these celibacy vows that I do every year. I don't tell people about them. I just do them. So, say for instance, if I didn't hold out to marriage, but then when I got married, I decided I wanted to do a celibacy vow. Are y'all saying that I, as a married woman, don't have that control over my body that I did as a single woman, because I have to service my husband in order to fulfill my marriage obligations?
Absolutely.
No, we're saying that you need to know about
I'm saying
these
that.
vows.
I think that's between you and your husband.
Jeremy is saying
I think, yeah.
let me jump in real quick. I'm sorry,
husband.
Jessica.
No, you're good. I think that's between you and your husband, because each person's sexual needs are different. And I think that's something to be openly discussed with understanding and maturity between you and your husband about what your needs are, what you're expecting, where you're at emotionally, where you're at sexually and physically, where he's at emotionally, sexually, and physically. That's where that conversation needs to go. And I think, like, one thing I'm taking away from this is each of us in this podcast, like, we all have different needs. So a lot of us are like, hell no, I need it. And like, that's cool. And you got somebody to match that. But we also have to understand that at some point, unfortunately, you may not be on the same page. There may be, it doesn't even have to be anything drastic. It just may be like a Monday and y'all may not be on the same page. Your wife may not feel like slobbing on the knob, or you may not feel like munching on it. Like, that don't mean you just go walk out the door. It just means you have to meet that person where they are. Now, if that continues, then you have to have some serious discussions. But to answer your question, I think that is between you and your husband. It's not a one size fits all.
Right. And I got you, Mariah. Yeah, when you're married, you two become one. You're a business. It's two CEOs in that situation, and one can't override the other. So frankly, nah, bro, y'all gotta come sit down and talk. You just can't believe, box closed. No, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So for Jeremy and his marriage, nah, that ain't working. But for you and your marriage, your husband may be like, okay, what does this look like? How can we figure this out?
I just also feel like it need to be discussed ahead of time.
Exactly.
Because you just can't get married to somebody and then say, oh, I'm going to have these celibacy vows every year. So you mean every year between February and March, I ain't going to get none. You know, that needs to be.
But we say, but so that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work for you. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not worried about me. I'm saying that it needs to be discussed ahead of time.
Right, and I agree it should be discussed. But the point I'm trying to make is she could get a partner where he's on board with that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that they need to discuss it ahead of time.
If she keeps finding niggas that want to be celibate anyway, then this is perfect.
First of all, you know what? We're gonna talk off camera.
Hey, Mariah, you had something to say? I saw you had your hand up.
I think one thing that a lot of people don't think about, especially within like a long-term relationship or a marriage, especially like super single people, like people that have been single for like longer than 5 years.
That's me.
A lot of people think about like the spiritual aspect that goes into sex. Like your spirit has to be there in order for you to have sex. So I just like how men handle like through postpartum depression.
Exactly.
Spirit might not be there. Like I still love you. I still find you attractive. I still think you're sexy. But for some reason, my spirit just won't bring me to wanting to lay down and have sex with you right now. And like maybe I need therapy or whatever. But I guess my question to like the people in the room would be, would celibacy in order to repair spirit so that we can get back to that level? Because I just personally feel like I don't want to have sex with a corpse. I don't want to have sex with somebody who's not into it. I don't want to have sex with somebody who's not spiritually there and connected, because I'm going to be able to feel all of that. It's not the same. And I feel like the power in a marriage is, in my personal opinion, the spirit, the loyalty, because I'm going to go off a little tangent here, so the Christians might be a little scared. I believe sex magic. I believe that once you get to a certain point with your partner, your spirit can connect in a way that you can manifest things for yourself and your family. Yes. And so it's really important to try to keep the sex sacred and not just for the sake of let me go in here and get him a nut off real quick. You know, like it doesn't necessarily have to be deep and spiritual candles lit, you know what I'm saying, every single time. But there
gotta go outside sometimes.
Has to make sense.
But you're talking about the sanctity of the connection.
Right.
Yeah.
And I am
I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
we've been, you know, the jackrabbits, and then we even worked 10 to 12 hour shifts, and we like, bitch, don't touch me. You know, we've been there, but we always get back because we always, we got that spiritual connection, and we know like, look, okay, we've been like 2 days now. You know, we know what time it is. So I definitely agree with everything that you guys are saying, because I am married, and the spiritual connection with me and my husband definitely has to be there. Like we gotta have a connection, or like I told you, for me, it's a mental thing. You have to communicate with me. You have to talk to me. You have to. My love language is communication, like on the highest level. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't have that, then we have a problem all around. You know.
Just to kind of go off of what. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, just to kind of go off of what Mariah was saying, though, I think after marriage, if y'all need to basically like hit a reset button, maybe be celibate, maybe go on dates, whatever it is that you need to do to reconnect, then fine. But before marriage, fuck all that. I mean, go out there, bro. You need to. I think the one thing that I always wondered about virgins, and I dated a girl that was a virgin, took her virginity. It was the worst decision of my life. If you listen to this, never take a girl's virginity, dude. It's not worth it. And Jessica, that's a big ass mug that you have. But I really think
it's no lemon water. Drink it every night.
I mean, it's fine. It's just like the cup is the same size as your head. I could not just continue to see it and not make a statement. Like, it's a beautiful mug, but it's just it's a lot. But I do think that it's really important to get your hoe phase out, because I've always wondered, what do you do? If you are a virgin, you get married and then you have sex, how in the world do you go walking down the street, walking in the mall, and be like, I don't want to fuck everything in here? How do you stop that? Because, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
How do you turn the curiosity off?
With somebody at some point, like through work or what other type of things, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't grow attraction to people, and you know what I'm saying? Especially, I feel like people who wait until they get married to have sex find themselves in predicaments where they're in affairs and things like that because they're like, oh wow, like the sex is pretty good with my husband, but I just discovered sex toys and that was great. So like, I know that I can intensify this situation. Maybe I should try another person. Like, I feel like it's a rabbit hole for more exploration, but that's natural as a human. So that's why I think the not exploring your sexual journey prior to marriage can be a little damaging once you get into a marriage.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's important for you to know yourself and know what pleases you so that way you can teach your partner how to please you and then you can discover new ways together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Let me ask y'all something.
It's definitely fun.
A common, I want to say a common argument that we're probably going to receive when this airs is that if you really love someone, you can teach them how to love you properly. You can teach them how to, satisfy your every need. Let me tell you why that's bullshit. Let me tell you why that's
bullshit for real.
One, niggas ain't patient. You want to know how niggas ain't patient? You ever seen the memes of the black mom doing the little math problems with the kids? If Johnny had 4 apples and you took away 2 apples, how many motherfucking apples do Johnny got? And when Johnny say 1, Johnny get the shit popped out on, you ain't gonna do that to my dick? You telling me to lick your shit counterclockwise until you vibrate twice for 6 minutes, then lick clockwise while scratching your thigh? Look, man, please and
what if I showed you a video though?
Say what now?
What if I showed you a video though? There are videos.
See, that's different though.
You got a tutorial.
See, that's different though.
YouTube has everything.
Nah, that ain't gonna work for something because you giving a first grader 12th grade homework.
I mean, you might be a little smarter than you think you are. Your potential outweighs.
No, it actually does not.
You gonna end up.
Potential does not outweigh anything.
What's gonna happen?
I'm being funny, y'all. I'm trying to be the layer.
Wait sometimes.
The whole time I've been trying to add layers to this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I've been trying to do. So y'all don't take what I said seriously because I really am a celibate woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't do what they be doing.
Shut your ass up. Shut up.
Can someone please take her bottle? She ain't drinking the glass.
It's already gone, baby. You can have the bottle because the contents are gone. Down the hatchet.
Yeah, you can't try to turn somebody into what you want them to be, because either it's in them or it ain't, either it's in them or it ain't. So because the very thing that you might be trying to teach them about loving you, they might not even be into that.
Right. I think experience is the best teacher though. Like, I think experience in them kind of finding themselves and trying to figure out things on their own way is a bigger teacher than anything. Because you can tell me this is how you like. You can show me a video, so to speak. But am I really going to want to do this? And am I really going to do it like that person? I got to, do this for myself and make it my own so that I can put my, what I'm saying? So I can make it mine. I can name my shit,
Unmotivated head is the worst thing ever.
To do that stuff, because a lot of people are not motivated to do, certain things that their partner want them to do because righteously they don't feel right doing it. They might not be into it. They might not like it. They might not want to. So, I mean, you can't really coach nobody to necessarily do it how you want to because they might not even like that. And another thing about, like sex and stuff like that is that I think for men, we are more motivated and relationships are easier. It's easier to make a woman happy when they're getting you right. You know what I mean? Like if the woman is taking care of me, I ain't got to ask for it, or whatever, she treating me good. Me going above and beyond is going to be nothing. Like that's going to be minimal because a lot of people are motivated by feeling appreciated, by feeling loved. Yeah. By a lot of people is motivated by that. Let's say I'm always doing something for my girl, but she don't do nothing back for me. I'm gonna feel less motivated to even be trying to make her happy to the extent that I have been, because she ain't getting me right. So why would I even be motivated to get her right? You know what I mean?
Like, I definitely agree.
And especially if you're doing something that's like without passion, like if you've ever had like somebody, like guys and girls can kind of relate to this. If somebody's going down on you and you just like, and they just like, you know what I mean? Like ain't nobody, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, fuck it, never mind. Let me just go ahead and do about my business. Like it's got to be something with passion. And I feel like I like a lot of guys are, if not their first love language is like one of their top 3 is physical touch. So like when it happens to be something where, me personally, I think like Mariah was talking about, like there's a deeper kind of feeling to it. Like there's an exchange of energy when you have sex. And like, for me, it's like you giving a part of yourself to me. So like, I'm honored that you do that, or I'm honored that you decide to give me that part of you. Cause, I don't want you giving it to everybody else. And if you choose to give it to me, that's something that I appreciate. So it's just one of those things where like, you really got to, be on the same wavelength when it comes to, your sexual energy.
Amen. Amen. I think a lot of it too, we have to remember that even though you don't like doing something, you might be into something that your partner isn't, or vice versa. Yeah, there'll be times where you'll do it anyway. You'll do it because you love them. But if it becomes something that is forced, you can really feel the tension, because it's like, dang, like, nigga, you want me to do that again? Like, you already done told you I ain't into that. Like, I'm personally not into sucking toes. I ain't into it. It just ain't my thing. People that do it, more power to you. My girl wears sandals. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. And you know what I did? I found me somebody that don't like their toes sucked. But I wouldn't know that if we hadn't done something before marriage. So it's like, go out there and have fun, man. Like you gotta know yourself above all before you can try to go to somebody else. But I'm gonna give my all to you. You don't even know what your all is. Just to kind of bring us back to the whole abstinence before marriage, because we done went all over the fucking map on this one.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think the best thing that ever happened to me was my whole phase. I'm being completely real, because real shit, I thought I was here going into college, but then I went to college and I met an older woman. I had sex with my first older lady, and my God, yeah, it changed my life, right? Like,
turned his ass out.
Oh
my God. I don't know. I'm sorry. I need to tell this part. When Jeremy came back one night and he was like, nigga, like, I didn't know. And I died laughing the whole time. I'm sorry. Go back to the story.
That's
I'm
funny.
She took your V card all over again, huh, bro?
Bruh, like, it's
He fucked
real
that
shit.
nigga and made them biscuits afterwards.
Nah, bro.
Okay, he had pork chops and gravy.
Shut your ass up. But anyway, on some real shit, it's really
Homemade
humbling when you
meatloaf.
think you know everything, and then you get introduced to new shit. This was the first
You
time.
ate a booty, didn't you?
Who? No. Not that guy. And if y'all like eating groceries, more power to you, but that ain't for me. I ain't sucking no toes and I ain't licking no ass, bro. Straight up, on God. And don't even try to. Anyway, I'm going to reference something Mariah said. I believe sex magic is real. With the older lady, that was the first time I had sex, and she was speaking affirmations into me. And that was like something totally new to me. Like,
that
literally staring me in my eyes and telling me I was going through something. She was telling me I can beat this. And it was like a nurturing sexual combination. It was crazy, but it stuck with me. It literally I had like a little bit more of a pep in my step, on God. And that's just what it is. So I definitely feel like, I know we kid and call it a whole phase, but it's just like finding out yourself sexually, just discovering yourself, because we always talk about balance, and we all know that is mind, body, and spirit. And I feel like people forget about the body part. You know what I'm saying? We all get into the mind and the spirit. Like, you can satisfy me mentally. That's great. You can satisfy me spiritually. That's great. But can you make me nut though? Like, that's on God. Like, there's nothing more demeaning than you giving everything you got as long as you can, and then you hear and afterwards. That is nothing. It makes me feel like I didn't complete the job. I didn't give you what you needed. So now I feel insufficient. So now I have to go two routes. Either I can stay with my ego and be like, fuck that bitch. Or I can be like, okay, let's sit and talk. What do you like? What can I do different? Okay, well, this is what you can do different. Okay, what can we compromise here? Because I ain't eating ass. Like, shit like that. As long as you got that communication going.
Communication. That's it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that can't do that
sex
shit
should
too.
never be a chore.
Right.
If that makes sense. Sex should never be a chore. Like, you should have sex with your significant other, like, it's because it's like, oh, well, you know, I mean, we married or whatever. So I mean, I guess I'm supposed to. Like, that's like
It should be an adventure,
that messed up
like
the whole
exploring.
that messed up the whole experience. Like, that's like, sex is just that point, that climax point that you get to, you know, with that love and all the work and stuff that y'all put into y'all relationship. That's just where y'all souls intertwine, like, and like to say that energy, like, that's just y'all bringing y'all energy together one more time because y'all love each other that much.
Right.
You know, so I feel that.
I'm gonna actually disagree a little bit with that. I think that sex can start out a chore because, I mean, just like you said, it's an exchange of energy. And some days I be on one, don't really want to do nothing, and some days she don't want to do nothing. But then it'd be like, you know what? It's cool. I could put on my big boy pants and go break this back real quick, and that's fine. And so it starts off like, all right, let me just go do my husbandly duties. And then somewhere along there, it transforms from a chore into, oh no, we here now. Like, we good. Now we're back into our regular exchange. But it kind of started off a chore because sometimes, I mean, different people do different shit. Like, if I've been at work all day, I got to come home and I got to do some work around the house, or you got to do some work around the house. People be sleep. Like, people be acting like, oh, this whole pandemic, you married, you had somebody, you been booed up this whole time. Bitch, I've been working. Shit I done did. I don't know why y'all be thinking married people fuck 7 days a week. I don't know. That shit's not real. Like, it's not real. Some days you just be like, bruh, I ain't got it, but you know, give me like 3 strokes. I can get in the mood.
I just lay here for a minute, baby. What you gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? Like, put your leg up real quick. If I just let me just get started.
I'm tired.
You know, so that's my only thing. I will say that sometimes it can be a chore, but it becomes something more.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
That is real.
That's real. I appreciate y'all's transparency.
Oh, listen, I'm 30 years old in a 60-year-old man body.
Okay.
I ain't got time. These knees is weak.
Wait a minute.
I think you need to switch it. See, you said the one thing.
Knees weak. I done had a car accident. My back hurt.
I don't have what he's been drinking.
I still do what I got to do.
I always talk about that back, but you always breaking decks, bro. What is you talking about?
Daddy ain't raised no bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't tell you gotta keep it in the family, bro. Come on now.
Yo.
Wait a minute.
I don't even think I like that reference. I'm not sure.
Right. I think you should have co-signed that, King. I don't think you should have co-signed that.
What's the safe word? What's the safe word?
I didn't mean it the way you said. I didn't mean it the way y'all said. You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put my phone on mute because the swamp water got me now. I'm drowning.
The fuck are y'all doing in Mississippi?
So I want to pose something to you guys. We literally been around the world and back. I guess to advocate for those who are, you know, on that journey of celibacy, and then, you know, they might get to that point. I can see how, if you're dating, you need to let them know, but you don't want to scare them off, if that makes sense. Because sometimes the word celibacy have a nigga like, nope, swipe left. Like, you get what I'm saying? So what is a conducive way to not scare someone off, but at the same time, let them know, hey, I'm not there yet. I'm currently on this journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would y'all present it if, devil's advocate, if the shoe was on the other foot? You know what I'm saying? Because I have seen where someone, hell, even myself, one of the women I used to date, she was emotionally and physically abusive. So I literally could not get erect for a minute. Like, my mind just wouldn't let me get there. And so I had to take a while. I had to step back a little bit for some time before I could get, attracted again. So, like, what is your way you would communicate that if you were dating, you're celibate because you're recovering? How would you let them know that, hey, I'm currently on this path?
I think for me, for one thing, I think people need to stop doing is asking for, like, you can be patient with me, but stop asking me to take my time. Like, I feel like time is one thing that you can't get back. And I said people always ask for you to be patient with them, or stop, girl, or, or do anything like that. Sorry, the baby right there. Sorry. Yeah, she just came out of nowhere. So, yeah. So, like, like, one thing you can ask them, like, I feel like it needs to be a conversation, but it needs to be a conversation that's not too much read into, because when we read into things, then you start thinking like, okay, now I got to be patient. Now I got to take my time. Now it's how long she going to be feeling this way? How long is he going to be feeling this way? And time is one thing we can't get back, because one thing we go into these things and we're like, oh, okay, we're on board. I feel like when that on board switches or changes, it needs to be another conversation. Like, I thought this is something that I can do, but unfortunately, like, this is too much for me. Because I feel like a lot of people waste a lot of time waiting, quote unquote, and then they don't get the outcome that they want. And you can't get that time back that you done wasted. And that's the big thing for me. Time, I don't like to waste, because it's so much that you can do, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like people, when their attitude, or when they feel like it's going to change, or they have that shift in their mindset, it needs to be a conversation had, instead of just biting their tongue or trying to, stay safe, so they won't hurt the person's feelings. Like, people do that shit, and it's like pointless to me, I guess. Just be real at this point. Like, people don't be real no more. They just kind of, go with it and just say, oh, I don't want to hurt her. Oh, this is going to be a hard conversation. I don't want to have this conversation. Just have the conversation and see, it might not be as bad. She might be ready to not be celibate no more, or he might be ready. So I just think that people need to stop being, sorry. People need to stop, I had a nice, people need to just stop, stop wasting time and just actually keep the conversation and the line, open. But yeah, that's it.
I mean, I personally feel like if you are celibate, there's going around and trying to ease into the fact that you're celibate is probably not to your advantage. If you are celibate, I think it should be one of the talking points. Maybe as you're asking about relationships, oh, well, tell me about your last relationship. Oh, well, I'm celibate right now, and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Bring that up, because then the tone is set up front that I don't need to be expecting to get nothing from you. Instead, what I really need to do is just like either take the time then to make the decision to learn to get to know you and see if that's where I want to go with you. Or, yeah, I'm just going to swipe to the side and keep on moving, which is fine. Like, there's no reason to try to sneak it in there and ease it into somebody. Like, nah, go ahead and say it so that you're not wasting, just like she said, like, you're not wasting their time, they're not wasting your time, and everybody can go ahead and be cool.
Yeah, you just got to go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off. Like, it's no like easy way to go ahead and ease into that one. Because if you 3 or 4 dates in, and then after that, you go in, it gets hot and heavy, and y'all like, well, wait a second, I'm celibate. Folks are going to be upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just go ahead, just say, hey, listen, this is what I'm on. Like, your feelings may get hurt, but that's the life you live as a celibate person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they're not on that same wavelength that you are, then it's okay, but you got to be able to, take the good with the bad.
Yeah, definitely. Like you was just saying, how you go on and say, like, you go on those dates, and then you know how people say they're celibate, but then they be want to flirt with you, then they want to rub on you and touch you.
That
and
is the worst thing.
Forth. Like, you need to pick a side, and that's really the thing. Is I think that's where the issue lies. People don't pick a side. They try to choose, like, okay, I'm gonna be celibate today, but when he next to me and I'm feeling all these feelings I ain't felt in a while, I want to just try to play it out, but then I'm gonna stop him in the middle of it. I just feel like that's wild and it's wrong, and people need to just for real pick a side, because it's a waste of time.
Like, I feel like that's the kind of thing that like dudes just get really upset with, just because, and apparently guys do the same shit. But like, yeah, like if we gonna be celibate, then you need to stay on your side of the pew. You need to stay on your side of the booth when we at dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can hold hands and that's about it. Like, don't come over here starting no mess, because then after that, like, now I'm all hot and bothered for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And then, you just blue balling it for no reason.
Let me ask you something. Do you think, and this is just me playing devil's advocate, so don't beat me up. Do you think that sometimes intimacy could get confused with, flirting? Because Wyatt, you had mentioned earlier that for a lot of guys, physical touch is a love language that does, get things going. Is it possible to be celibate and still be intimate while maintaining that border? You know what I'm saying?
That's a slippery slope, though.
It can. I think it can. It's just that it just depends on, what the level of intimacy is. Like, if we just holding hands, forehead kisses and stuff of that nature, like lighthearted, real lighthearted, stuff, that's, that's cool. But, once you start kissing on people's necks and kissing them in the mouth with your tongue and rubbing on them, look, man, you stepping into a whole nother realm, man. You can.
You going from PG-13 to R.
Yeah, you can have intimacy. You feel me? You can have the BET sensors, and just be hugging, cuddling, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But once you get a little too touchy, a little too frisky at some point, that's gonna send the wrong signal. So it's a line that you cross. Once you get down in it and really start, tongue kissing folks, kissing them on the neck and rubbing all on them and stuff like that.
Telling on yourself.
You
It's the kissing with the tongue for me. That's the part that keep getting me every time.
I know, it makes me feel so grossly out.
Jared, man, you sound like you 80 years old, man. They be down there kissing with their tongue.
Hey, I told y'all he got an old man soul in his body, bro. I told y'all.
What they call it.
Who you kissing them on their mouth?
I was thinking that. I was like, am I the only one that kissed with the tongue? Is this new?
Hey,
but for real though, Jared has like a really good point, because I know people that they won't kiss at all if it's not someone that they're trying to be in a relationship with, because for them, kissing is a super intimate thing, while for some people I know it's just a kiss. Like, I've had arguments with people and they're like, oh, I can't kiss on a one night stand. To me, nigga, kissing is a part of it. Like, if we having sex, we're going to kiss. But some people are like, no, I can't kiss no random. Nigga, if you put your dick in the random, why can't you put your mouth on the random? I don't understand.
That's different. You got a shield on, bro.
Bruh, but the whole point is, intimacy is different for everybody. So it is a super slippery slope. If you are celibate, two celibate people getting intimate is dangerous. One celibate person and one person that's like, I'm out here and I'm just waiting for you, and y'all start getting intimate, that can lead to really bad situations, because, God forbid that it lead to some type of assault or something, because, he went crazy and he thought he was giving a signal and all she was doing was, patting the nigga on the shoulder, and he was like, nah, she want me. Like, there's crazy ass people out there, and it goes both ways. So it's like, if you gonna be celibate, keep your hands to yourself. Like straight up.
There's a level of responsibility as a celibate person that you got to be able to know when to be there and when not to. Because like you can't be trying to spend the night, you can't be trying to cuddle all night. Man, I'm too grown. I'm too grown for this shit, man. Like you stayed over. Like we doing something. Like not, and it's not to say that like you don't have a choice in the matter, but that's the kind of like that contract you sign in that situation. Like, oh, well, I'm staying the night over. Like we finna do something. So
nope, you gotta be gone by 4:00, bro.
Ebony, I love you to death.
You can't. I'm with you, bro. You can't be spending the night and staying. I sleep in the nude. I sleep in the nude. So you want to cuddle up with me talking about something you spend the night? It's gonna be a problem.
One person can't be celibate and the other one not be okay with it because it's gonna be morale killing. Like it's gonna be, it's just gonna be deadening to the other person. The one that's all right with being celibate might be like, whatever. I want to be celibate. They should be cool with that. But the other person is like, well, they really, they really handling me right now because I don't even support that. Like that ain't even, I'm being deprived, so that it won't unless both parties is like, all right, we can do this celibacy thing, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Well, I am celibate, but I watch some really nice porn. So am I still celibate?
I don't know.
Can somebody
maybe you're asexual
for me? Because I feel like
I'm asexual.
I feel like when you're celibate, you can have sex with yourself. So I feel like you're good.
Yeah.
Masturbation don't count?
I wasn't joking. I was being serious.
I thought it did.
No,
I thought it did.
I gotta Google this.
Oh, if it does, damn.
That's what I mean. I wasn't being funny. I was being serious.
Oh, if it does, damn, that's a strong journey.
Who else celibate then? Somebody else celibate. It's not just me. Will there be one?
Let me go ahead and mute myself now.
I feel like that was that part when are there any hearts in the house tonight?
But for real though, I was just asking because I just needed to know. So thank you for answering that, clarifying that, because people judge me. Abstinence
does not include sexual activity, period.
Yeah, you can't if you masturbate, that is nah. Any type of masturbation violates your celibacy.
Oh,
so
really?
you voided the terms and conditions?
Oh, for real?
Well, damn. But I didn't do it.
You did it to yourself, literally.
No, I watched somebody else do it to somebody else. It's different.
So what?
So wait, are you just saying just watching and no action?
Yeah, I mean,
who just watches porn?
So you just flip from ESPN to Pornhub and just go?
I mean, y'all trying to tell me y'all don't watch porn on y'all lunch break?
We're trying to.
No, I don't watch.
No.
Y'all lie. Y'all put you on the answer.
I think you need to give
on God.
Give me my props because y'all know y'all do that shit.
On God, I do not watch porn on my lunch break.
Y'all do it.
Hey, you might as well hang it up if you got to.
Baby, you might well. I think it's time we just get a person because if you got to do that,
you can't even focus on your Chick-fil-A all the way. You don't need.
I told y'all I've been single 6 years though, so it's different.
I'm definitely
being single, being celibate.
There it is.
I still feel like I'm celibate though.
In your
what you
mind?
feel like and what you are two different things, clearly.
Hey, if you like it, I love it. Shit, you do.
I mean, listen. Do you, boo? But don't be one of those. Don't let me see a news article. Mississippi woman fired on job for pulling up like some crazy shit on your phone.
If it was a job in Mississippi, that wasn't me. But if it was a job in Alabama, that might have been me.
Stay off their Wi-Fi. They can see that stuff.
Bro, trying to tell you. I'm too scared. I
didn't use that Wi-Fi though. I used mine.
Okay, just check it out.
I use my data. Yeah, I turned the Wi-Fi off, bro. I know how to do that.
Her last name ain't on her easy.
It's E Breezy, bro. We E Breezy in this thing.
So,
cause she's just giving it all.
They're
That's why I'm doing it. I changed my picture and everything. I'm with 2020 podcast. I don't know.
They're going to find her.
Oh boy, somebody gonna.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Don't tag me in this. Don't tag me in this video,
bruh. Somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, who the girl who like to watch porn and shit?" Like, I'm literally gonna get that message. I'm literally gonna get that message.
Do not use me for any of the commercials, okay?
Oh, that shit a wrap. That shit a wrap. It's done.
What you mean? You're the main attraction.
No.
We talk about abstinence and you talking about watching porn on lunch break. Like
I was just trying to be transparent.
This person needs to have a wait for sex from a man. Oh, but do you guys watch porn though?
I feel like people who are celibate and abstinent can watch porn, personally.
It's a slippery slope, though.
There is technically nothing wrong with watching. It's engaging.
Yeah, if you just watching it, that's cool.
Your contract.
Yes. Okay. And even on a lunch break, see, my porn search is like a wormhole. Like I start here, but I end up in like Albuquerque somewhere.
But this is what I do. At home, I go down the rabbit hole, but at work, I go and, watch the previews of what I watched, what I'm saying, the good. I know exactly what minute.
Porn at work?
No.
She got a playlist that she saved.
Exactly.
She's got a scout.
What minute to go to. If I got 15 minutes, I know what minute to go to. And you know what I'm saying? I shuffle through them hoes because I know which ones I like. I know what I like.
You got them bookmarked, essentially.
Exactly. There we go.
This is hilarious.
Damn it.
Because y'all know what I'm talking about.
I personally
That's
love
why I'm not taking my camera off. Like, I'm going to leave this picture up.
But we see...
It's still you though. It's not like scenery of a forest.
It's like me, but it's not me. It's different.
Right. So on that note, I appreciate.
Oh Jesus! Jesus.
Krystel, you have any words for us? I'm sorry, sweetheart. Krystel joined us a while back. Look, we have just been going for what we know. Have you had any thoughts on celibacy or searching porn in lunch break?
Yeah, I don't really search porn at work, but I mean, I will say I've kind of been in the middle. I've been listening to everybody, but my situation is a little bit different when it comes to that. Like, I feel like I was involuntarily, or I didn't even realize that I was celibate or like abstaining from sex because I got pregnant with my daughter while I was on birth control. And I wasn't really, in a serious relationship with the guy. Like, we were cool, but it was just kind of like, when we was together. Yeah. So about 3 months after I had cut him off, I went back to get my new shot. And they was like, "Whoa, you pregnant?" What? I'm what? Yeah, you're 3 months pregnant. You want to come back next month? You can find out what you're having. So, like, literally a month later, I was finding out that I was having a daughter. So for me, I was like devastated. He had already moved on to a new relationship. So it was like, I had to go back and call him and be like, "Yo, so about that last time we hooked up, I'm pregnant." Like, it was a really bad situation for me. So, like, I literally couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I was sick as a fucking dog over that. And, like, after I had her, and then she looked just like his ass. So it's like, bruh, like, now I got to look at this nigga every day, So it's like, I already had a son that was 2. I wasn't trying to have another kid. I was being precautious on the depot shot. And with a 2-year-old son and a newborn, I was just like completely overwhelmed because I was by myself. So, in Mobile with no family, I was just trying to get through every day. Like, my goal was to get through, the end of the day, every single day. And like, I looked up and like a year and a half had passed by. I had no dates, no text buddies, no come by when the kids go to bed, no nothing. I was completely exhausted. Like, if my parents kept my kids, all I did was sleep. Like, I would go in the room and I would just sleep, the whole day away. They're like, "You've been asleep for 2 days." I'm like, I needed it, So it's like, for me, I was really in a place of just like a depression, because I was like, I wasn't, trying to be, baby mama twice. You know what I'm saying? My ego was hurt, I'm a college graduate, good job, never in nobody's drama or nothing like that. And then here I am, I got 2 kids now. So it was like, for me, I just didn't feel attractive anymore. I didn't feel like, sex was something that I won't say I couldn't get, but I just didn't desire it at the time. So
because your ass was tired.
It was about 2 years in. I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to kind of get back out there. And the first dick I got was like a Vienna sausage. And I'm like, bruh, okay, you know what? I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready. Because that shit, like, I really wanted to fight the dude because the shit was so small. Like, I've been chilling. And then, you going to bring that to the table? Like, you should have just bowed out when I said it's been a minute, make it enjoyable for me. So, I don't know, like, now I'm at a point where I've been trying to get back out there and date again, but like my daughter's about to be 4 now, and like I haven't been in a relationship since I had her. So I moved to New Orleans area. I'm in Slidell now. I don't know anybody. I just got a babysitter, so like I'm just really getting to the point that I can go out and kind of meet people. So it's like, where is the time? Nobody comes to my house because every time you look online, somebody's boyfriend has shot up the whole family. And, you can't really have people in your place where your kids are. So it's like, it's a process for like, I would say some single moms. It's a process to get to. So now I'm ready. But, we're going to see what happens. So maybe the next time you have a podcast, I can have a different answer. But, I've been chilling. I've been on chill for a while. But I was really distraught. That's the best word for it. I was fucking shocked. Like, bro, I'm pregnant again. So, I just been chilling. But I think after something like that happens, it's like, hold on, let me chill out because it ain't no more like, one night stand stuff. I'm not on birth control no more. Like if I got pregnant anyways, what's the point? Like I'm not even gonna take it no more. So I'm not on birth control, not having sex. So I just been chilling, but I'll date here and there, but it ain't never got to a point where we just got back at it again. So
I'm cheering for you, Chris.
You what?
I'm cheering for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you be careful when you get back out there because you fertile as fuck.
On God, fam.
Like nigga, God. They said we got you with this injection. Your body said, "Bitch, please, this pussy popping." And
nah, fam.
It could be, but I'm chilling though. We on chill right now though, so we good.
Respect, and all jokes aside, we're here to crack jokes and make light of the situation, but that's devastating. You take all the precautions, that you think, because there's a lot that comes with, you guys getting that shot, because it jacks up your hormones.
Because like I gained weight and like I'm like, come on now, I'm craving for sugar all the time, eating whole fucking strawberry cakes and shit. Like it threw me off bad. So I'm like, you know what? On top of getting pregnant still, and then they're like, first of all, if you like over 175, it's not even as effective. So I'm like, y'all could have kind of told me that in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking I'm good, and it's like,
fine print?
I terms and conditions.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
I definitely understand. I feel you. I actually got pregnant with she's 8 years old now. I was on college break, and I came home to my boyfriend, and I used protection, and I was on birth control. So she was just supposed to be here. So I get it. I know exactly how you feel. Like, I mean, I had my now 3-year-old years later, but that single mom shit ain't where it was. Like, I wasn't trying to date. I wasn't trying to be with nobody. I was trying to make sure my mind was right. You know what I'm saying? Because that was traumatic because, birth control, all this shit supposed to stop you.
Exactly.
But yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I was put away from it. Like, I didn't want nobody to touch me. Like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing.
At all. So I get it.
A good dude, and then I'm pregnant, and you already dealing with somebody else a couple months later. You been with this bitch too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just I didn't like that. So I just been kind of taking my time because like people change, especially when kids come into play. It's like a whole different scenario, and it takes the excitement out of it. Like once you've been through something like that, it's not as it's more serious. I put it that way. It's more of a like, okay, I'm dealing with this guy. I'm really feeling him. I know this about to be something because if anything happened, I want to know he got my back. So that's kind of where I am right now.
I will say that is one angle of celibacy that none of us kind of talked about tonight. I wish you would have said something earlier, Chris, when all those knuckleheads was in here arguing, because you bring up a valid point. We are approaching everything.
I said a comment is definitely something that happens more often than normal too.
It's like,
for sure.
We're bringing everything from the point of no children having people coming together. But just like you said, you were basically celibate without choice. It just kind of happened. So when you get these single parents that literally haven't been with anybody in 4 years because it's, you know, it's about me and my kids and my family. Cool, I get that, but when they come out of a point where they're not trying to be celibate, but you have to approach them almost kind of with caution and bring a little bit more love and attention because they need that.
Right.
That, and you can't just bring anybody around your kids.
Facts.
Like I'm a single dad over here, so like it's just me and my son. So all the time that we have to do, like, it's like, okay, I can't bring her around because, you know what I'm saying, my kid Ben gets really attached to folks. So like he'll be like, oh, well, what happened to such and such? And then be like, you can't really say like, oh no, it was like a hit it and quit it.
Right.
So you can't really be like that. So like it's one of those things where you got to really kind of watch what you do and everything like that. Like you got to get a good weekend at like and the first day of your weekend is to get your strength back to sleep because you missed about 47 days of sleep. And so you need to go ahead and get that. And then after that, you be like, all right, now that I'm rested, who gonna get it?
Exactly.
Right.
We'll be posting kid-free weekend.
I wouldn't even call that celibacy on the single parent front, like, because that's not even intentional, you know, like celibacy. I feel like is, you know, a choice, like, okay, I'm about to be celibate, but for you to have kids and to be very selective with who you have sex with, that's just maturity. You know, that's just maturity and, you know, watching out for yourself and for your kids. You know, like y'all said, y'all don't want to bring any and everybody around your kids, especially when you know the boundaries that you have with the different people that you associate. So I wouldn't even call that celibate. I would just call that being cautious and
being a parent.
You know,
a parent.
Right.
Yeah.
You got no choice. You be like, damn, I really wish I could go out.
Especially during the pandemic, though. Like, bro, like, you got to watch for the Rona and you can't get no dick. Like, it's been hard. Like, it's been hard, okay? Okay? You can't have nobody in the house. They might have this shit. Then you got to explain to the kids we coughing and shit. Like, bro, we can't do that. So we've been locked in the house.
All because mama wanted some dick.
I'm coughing, but I got that dick. I feel good.
Look, please be careful because your first time, Chris, do not get pregnant.
You look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm about to be the deadbeat daddy on the third one. I'm not getting baby mama no more. Not getting baby mama no more. Okay?
She be like, here's the baby.
You got it.
That's it. Just put them at the damn doorstep, okay? Make sure they have some good blanket.
Not getting me no more. So, but yeah, I just been chilling though. But you know,
I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Fingers crossed for the new year. You know.
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna be hard because me and my husband have been together for 3 years, and we have a blended family, and it's still hard to this day for me to just kind of leave the house. Like I know he's not gonna do nothing, but it's still hard. I don't like nobody to watch my kids, not my husband, like not my folks. Like that's just how I am as a parent. I'd be like, okay, let me call them like 25 times. Like that's how it is. I still haven't let go, you know. So it's gonna be hard regardless.
Yeah, Jeremy and my other frat brother, his name is Mike Jordan. They were about the only ones that really watched Ben. And so like now Jeremy's in Mobile and my other frat brothers in Jacksonville. So it's just me and Ben, and we just look at each other. And, and there's only so many conversations that you can have with an 8-year-old.
Right.
Like, I'm so tired of talking about Beyblades. I'm so tired of talking about any man. Listen, and like you was talking about, COVID has had it where we just been in the house. I had to get a damn dog so he could be like, listen, go talk to this motherfucker. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, bruh. So him and the dog, I'd be like, just go play with the dog. Go outside. I don't care.
Right. Yeah. So unlock the door. Okay. Just stay in the front.
Yeah. Right where, just be where I can see you, and that's it. Go outside. Don't talk to me no more.
Right.
Yeah. So, girl, we feel you. Okay.
That's where I'm at though. We making it though, but you know what? I had to occupy my time though. So it's like I know how I am. Like I know. Like I get to a point where I feel like I'm so lonely. Like I'll be like, oh my God, I gotta have somebody. Like I really just need to be in a relationship. I hit that vibrator, y'all, and I'm so disgusted. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with nobody. See, that's why I'm glad I'm single, because I can just go to sleep.
No, hold on. Let's I want to tell. So with guys, sometimes when guys beat up, they be like, "Fuck, am I doing this shit for?" Like you be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I done beat off to this nasty bitch. I can't stand this shit."
You be like,
"Oh, I'm so disgusted. Oh, let me clean myself up and go to bed." Shit.
It'd be a moment of like,
yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, you be put yourself in timeout and shit. Be like, I can't believe this shit.
Right. So, it just depends. I'm good after that though. So
that's
I know
what's
up. When I start feeling lonely, I know what's up though. So
right. It's just hormones, bro. Like we all get horny, so you all want to feel that warm body, but then there's a whole nother there's a whole personality with that dick that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So that's real nigga shit. Like I listened to Joe Rogan podcast, and he literally said his dad told him before he make decisions, jack off first. And at first I thought the shit was funny. Then I realized how true it is. Like realize how much trouble you could stay out of.
Exactly.
You just nut first. Like just get that out your head.
Get out the way. Yep.
Cat Williams said the same shit. He was like, just go ahead, beat your dick off real quick, and then go to make that decision. Because if you over here making this decision based off of your hormones, like if you on this high, you always like, listen, I got to get it right here. It don't matter. But if you like, they're not really worth my time. You know what I'm saying?
You can pass on it. Yeah.
This bitch got 2 front gold teeth. I don't really need to mess with her.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, once she got gold teeth, it's a wrap.
Listen, she just don't make good decisions when it comes to dietary things. That's all.
But I wanted to throw the ball to Malcolm. I saw you had raised your hand, bro. Shout out to Fandoms Anonymous.
Hello, people. Excuse me for popping in and out. This mic wasn't working. Is it working now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
God damn it. God, I had the damn privacy turned off. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it that the privacy was turned off? I just feel stupid. I was just over here all the different mics. Hello. None of them was working. It's just been a travesty. But yeah, it's been a real travesty, man. Anywho, I was talking to Jerry about this last night, and I guess my abstinence is post-divorce abstinence. So the whole time after I got divorced, I was like, guess I ain't gonna be getting none no more. Like, what is this gonna be like? I'm just used to it being around. What's gonna happen? Then I got in a relationship right after I got divorced, and it was like, well, I guess I'm getting some again. What is this gonna be like? So it was different. It was different because I literally had a moment like, I guess this is gonna be a long time before I have sex, because I'm the type of person like I'm important. I just can't give myself to anybody, because just like the girl was saying earlier, like that stuff transfer. If you've been doing horrible shit out in the streets and then you want to come lay up with me, I'm finna be feeling the horrible shit you've been doing out in the streets. And then next thing you know, I'm chain smoking. And then next thing you know, I'm watching Divorce Court late at night because that spirit then got off on me. Like
Divorce Court?
you know, raggedy bitches lay up and watch Divorce Court up at night. Come on now. Divorce Court, Law and Order SVU, and one of them other shows.
Hold on now.
And Bones. Bones.
Hey, look.
I know all the
episodes. Me and Olivia Benson have a special relationship, okay? Anywho, I just didn't want to just give it to any old body. Luckily, the person I'm with is worth giving it to. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But I really thought, like, if I wouldn't have got a relationship, I probably would have still not been getting none. And I would have been fine with that, because it just would have been me. I just bought a brand new video game tonight. I feel so good about myself. I got a 22-pound box worth of comic books. It just would have been me. You know what I'm saying? We'd have just been cooler, pull up my favorite BBWs on the search. It is what it is. It is what it is. Pull it up. BBW, SS. No, I'm telling my browser history now. Let me shut up. But anywho, it's it's one of them things, man, where you just you are worth you a lot. You know what I'm saying? You as a person to yourself, and you don't just give money to anybody. You don't just give when you got a pack of gum, and you don't just give everybody a piece of gum, do you? You know what I'm saying? You could walk right past somebody that asks for some gum, be like, no, and then your homeboy be like, hey, bro, you got some gum. You don't just give gum to anybody. You don't let anybody. You don't let anybody in your house. You don't let anybody in your car. You don't just pull up at a barbershop and let them cut your hair. So not just know anybody finna touch my dangling. I'm just sorry. It just don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Malcolm, you bring up very valid points. But after my divorce, I was hoeing it up. Jeremy was watching me left and right. Jeremy, hey.
I was trying not to do that.
Hey, listen.
I was trying not to do that. You know what I'm saying?
The drought hit me, bro, and I was just like, listen. Jeremy was like, listen, bro, go ahead and get it out your system. But yeah. No, man, you bring up very valid points. And I can't disagree with any of them.
Yeah,
but
I ain't want to be no hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, sometimes you wasn't trying to get into another marriage is what it was.
Yeah, you better preach, my brother.
See, you got to have that understanding that this ain't marriage situations right now. Right. You got to have a whole situation where you just like, listen, I'm getting this out my system. I'm feeling my worth.
I ain't like that. I'm vulnerable. I'm telling the truth about myself. I'm vulnerable. We fucking, baby. What you want for dinner? You want me to mow your grass? We in a relationship. No, I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I'm telling you, February 28th, I was in the courtroom saying, thank you, no thanks. February 29th, I was in Atlanta picking somebody up from the airport. It's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying?
You got it, bro.
I switched teams. I'm like LeBron. I'm taking my talent somewhere else. And that's what happened. So, yeah, excuse me for being late, too. I got off work late. You know, came home, damn mic. This mic wasn't working. This mic wasn't working. It's been a day. But yeah, you got to be careful, man. You just can't just throw your body all over the place, man. It's stuff out here, AIDS, STDs, COVID, Rovid. You know what I'm saying? All just type.
Man, listen.
I just made it.
See, you missed the part about the gray area between abstinence and being.
And I finna believe I would have had
to stay in the gray area. You got to stay. You were more on the white end of the gray area. I was a little bit further down than what you was.
I guarantee
you still go ahead and vet them. You don't be like, hey, here my dick. You know what I mean? You just don't throw it everywhere, but you just go ahead and say, listen, hey.
It definitely sounds like you were definitely throwing it everywhere.
Oh no! That was before I got married. That's no. I'm just joking.
He was out there throwing the alley oop. Whoever throw it down. Come on.
No, I was not. I was very. I was very going ahead and I wasn't throwing it out. No. Was I, Jeremy? No.
So,
yeah, back to what I was saying. If anybody know me on here, Lauren know me. Lauren know I'm very selective. Lauren, how many girlfriends did I have in high school? See, she took too long to count.
Maybe one.
See, no, I like video games and TV. I ain't got time to be messing around with y'all piss-tail girls. You know what I'm saying? But if you just happen to be that one, then oh well, we gonna do this thing. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Even when I got divorced and got in this relationship, Lauren said, "You sure?" And I was like, I mean, I'm gonna bring it to let you see her. You know what I'm saying?
I need to meet her.
If you like her, then that means it's okay because you don't fool.
And let's be clear, I didn't like the wife from the moment I even heard her name.
See that I just had to get her vetted and everything, and she's doing good. It's been almost a year already. See, it's already been around the whole revolve around the sun. Anyways, yeah. Don't give your dick to everybody. Don't ever let everybody open up the box. Don't ever let everybody play with the cat. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, and I heard the stuff y'all was saying earlier. If you don't know how to lick it, just get up, just leave. Just leave. Don't leave. You know what I'm saying? You got to know where to go. Don't stay in one place. Go in other places. If the head trash, her ass is grass. I mean, I'm just trying to catch up with everything y'all was talking about.
2020.
That's it. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna change the color of these lights.
All right. Well, y'all, we've done a lot. We're knocking on 2 hours, and that is a bitch of a thing to edit. So we're gonna wrap this up. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna shout out a couple people and let y'all plug yourself. I'm gonna go in no particular order. I'm just gonna pick people. So Jared, if you don't mind, go ahead and plug your stuff first, bro. How people can follow you and what you got going on.
Hey man, find me on Facebook, Jared Like the Poet Stanton, or Jared #Promising Daydreamer. Get at my website www.pdaydreamers.com, and that's about that.
All right. Appreciate you, brother, for coming out. And
right.
Keem, you already know it is. That's my podcast cousin over there, y'all. So, bro, let them know.
Appreciate y'all having us on. My name is Keem B, aka Sir Rue, not to be confused with the Sir that's on here. You can check out my podcast I do with my homegirl J Rio, Controversial Chronicles. You can find us on Facebook. You can hit us up on Instagram at DCC Pod. Give us a listen anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And if you want to find me in particular, just search. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, it's right there. There it is. Search Keem B. You might find me, you might not. If you can't find me, you wasn't supposed to. But if you do find me, add me. But I'm very, very free about my thoughts.
Yeah, cuz it's outspoken. Chris, over your old entrepreneur's ass. Come on up here and tell folks what you got.
Okay, so if you need face masks, you can hit me up. The SD Company, SD for socially distant. If you need hair care products, I do own my own hair care company, shampoo, conditioner, edge control, hair growth serum. I got it all. And I also just started my own ebook business. I have over 2,000 ebooks. You can find me at www.digitaldivas.com. Any books in relation to business, finance, Bitcoin, Forex, all that good stuff is on there. Books start at $5.94. But if you want to just hit me up to talk, find out some more information about how I got started, you can hit me up at Krystel Nicole on Facebook, and that's KRYSTEL. That's it.
All right. Now I gotta holler at my little sister over here blazing. She turned off her camera, so I'm gonna hit her up first. Hey girl, go ahead and let them know. You muted, baby.
Hey guys. So I'm blazing. You know, they go Zaddy back there. My name is Lauren, owner of Mind, Body, and Wellness Nutrition Club. But that's it. I just love y'all, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and I think that's it. And my Herbalife site, so go look me up.
Hey. Fandoms Anonymous in the building. Came in the church late, but he here just in time for offering. Come on, bro.
I am here with my cup of water. I'm trying to do better in life. You can find me at the Fandoms Anonymous, where I do all that good old stuff. Still trying to get my studio together, trying to, make it look like something. Just recently moved. That's about it, man. That's all I got. That's it.
Hey, that is.
And Keem sound like a youth pastor. He was like, appreciate y'all for having us. We're from the Greater Beulah Baptist Church. To speak to your youth again about the Word of God.
Oh, bro, that's hilarious. All right, Mr. Stokes, come on, tell everybody about your endeavor that you're working on. Just go ahead and spill the beans a little bit.
So I'm working on a podcast that will introduce people to different types of animes. A lot of times people think that animes are just about, either big-breasted high school teenagers or, Dragon Ball Z or things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually starting a podcast called Anime for Everyone. So I'll be, just interviewing certain people, talking to them about maybe what is a good anime to get them started on, and to, talk to them from there, and then maybe find other animes that are interesting for you. So that's what I'm doing.
Hey, project coming soon. I'm definitely behind you, brother. E Breezy, where you at, lady? Come on over here and talk to us. Come and talk to me.
I'm here. Hi. So yeah, my name is Breezy. You know what I'm saying? You can look me up on Facebook, Instagram, all social media as Ebony The Goddess. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you got. Have a good night.
All right. So we started out with goddamn 12 at one point, but we down to 7 because niggas got to work tomorrow. So to everybody that attended and gave their opinions and thoughts, listen, I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys for taking your time out of your night and your sleep schedule to shoot the shit with us. This is our season finale. So it felt only right to reach out to family members and share this moment with y'all. Y'all, we made a whole first season for SquadGoals, yo. We will be returning to SquadGoals in 2021 with season 2. It's going to be a little bit of a shakeup. You're going to see some new faces, you know what I'm saying? A new layout, new music, new all of that, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I would love to see you guys return and check us out for season 2. So stay tuned to the podcast website. Well, not website, the Facebook group and Instagram and all that shit. So it's the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. It's your boy Sir. SquadGoals season finale. We out. Yeah.